Before we get started today, I just want to take a second to acknowledge how far you've already come and how much you've already learned. You're doing a really great job. Today's lesson is short. We're learning about the staff. The staff is where we write our songs, and it helps us to organize our melodies and rhythms into a format that's easy to read and understand. Lesson, we're going to be focusing our attention on the treble staff. More on that in a minute. Looking at our staff, you can see that we have both lines and spaces. Let's count the lines together. From the bottom up, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines on the staff. And counting the spaces, also from the bottom up, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces between our line notes. This next part is very simple. It is not rocket science. A note written on a line is called a line note. Doesn't that make total sense? You can see how the line passes right through the middle of the note head. So on every staff, we have 5 line notes. Notes that sit on lines. So now let's take a look at our space notes. They're exactly what you think they are. The notes in the spaces. Let's come back to this earlier idea, the treble staff. In music, we have something called the treble clef symbol, and it looks like this. You're going to want to memorize this symbol because it plays a very important role in our ability to read and understand the notes on the staff. Take a closer look at it. If you take this part out right here, let's highlight it in red, and move it, what letter does that look like? Yeah, it looks like the letter G, which is terribly convenient because it just so happens that this line that passes right through the center of our treble clef is the G line. All of the notes that sit on this red line are G's. If you can remember that one note, you can figure all of the other notes out. Now, it's not just any G, it's this G in particular, the one directly above middle C. Every time you see a G on the red line, you'll push this key here. I like to think of it as a landmark note. When I first moved to this area, driving was incredibly difficult. Being able to navigate and find my way around was a real challenge. And there was one turn in particular that was really difficult for me to remember. I would often find myself just completely disoriented and in the wrong neighborhood without really realizing how I had gotten there. And then one day I noticed that right at that corner was a beautiful pink house, very distinct in color and hard to miss once you've seen it. Since the day I first noticed that pink house, I haven't missed the turn again. And that red G line is a lot like that. Look for it in the music and it will keep you oriented. It will give you a landmark to look for. Just remember, dreams and actions must be woven together. You're doing a really great job.